And there we go. I was like, all right, let's go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your weeks are going well. It is already Wednesday. I'm like, holy crap, man, this time is just flying by. Time is flying by. It happens. What are you going to do? Right? It is what it is. Ah, too funny. Too funny. Anyway, uh, I got to tell you guys, it's what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Just one of those things that just kind of is a trip. Mary says, "Now I see why Ed moved." Oh, I. It's gorgeous down here. Much nicer. A lot more room. So yeah, that definitely makes a huge difference. But anyway, before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody, very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches are going to boot you out here. The children will still try to do that anyway, but my moderators are awesome and they'll take care of that. So Freddie says, "Hey, are you adopted? I know how to cook, clean, and wash." Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that is too funny. So what do we got here? Delbert is here. Dale from Ohio. Bobby's in the house. Mary Taylor, Yvonne Berger, JJ, of course. Let's see. We got Freddie. Hey, Josh. Hope your day is going well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and thank you very much for the donation. Actually, not bad at all. What's the puppy's birthday? They were born December 3rd or 2nd. Actually, I have to go back and look. It was right after. It was on a Tuesday. Let me look and I can actually tell you. Let's see, we'll go back. December 3rd. They were born December 3rd. I had to go back and look. It was because we had just gotten back, meaning me and Hella, from going to New York, and she we got back to the house here, and she like went into labor almost immediately, and then had the puppies. So yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild, and I was tired. I was like so tired from the drive. She was acting squirrely, and I'm like, I wonder if she's going into labor or not. And I crashed out, and then the next thing I heard something, and I'm like, because she had the puppies right at the end of my bed, on the, on her bed, and I remember going, well, what's going on there? And I looked down, and there's two puppies already born at that point. And then I called Steve and I said, dude, she's having the puppies. Come on up. And he's like, all right, cool. And then we got to watch the third one be born just like that. So, and before you know it, they'll be 1 year old. December 3rd will be here quickly. No kidding, JJ. No kidding. Yeah, they're getting big. Oh my God, they're getting so big already. It's just absolutely crazy. But real happy. Got the trees are all planted now, and so that's a good thing. Somebody had mentioned, and I, he had said, "Oh, you're not supposed to do planting in West Virginia until like the end of April." I'm not planting; I'm planting trees. It's a big, big difference. Those trees, they got them outside already. All the different places, so they're unloading, and they're actually better off. And I had almost 5 inches of rain, with more tornadoes this afternoon. Geez, Delbert, it's a lot of rain. Be careful. Be careful. So, but yeah, it's that the weather is that's something that's very difficult to plan for. Very difficult to plan for. You just do the best you can. And again, I try to explain to people too. Location is everything. Location. When I was in New York, the advantage that I saw about being in New York, and even here, it's not as intense as it is in New York. The winters are going to be harder, and so a lot of people. What do I got? Oh, a lot of people are. a true SHTF situation by the end of winter, not a lot of people left in the north, and those that are up there, a lot of them will migrate south because they'll migrate to warmer temperatures. But I always figured if that happened, I would stay put because we had things set up there, we were established, and and stuff like that. But this is so much better here, so much better. We still get winter, but like I said, not like up there, and there's a lot less people down here than there are in New York. So you weigh your advantages, you look at your spots, you look at whenever you're moving to someplace, you always have to look at what's your weather going to be like. What are the chances of flooding? What are the natural disasters that I'm going to deal with in this area? And so but that's wherever you are. So seems like the older you get, less you like the cold weather. Oh my God, tell me. Yeah, no, the older I get, I was never a big fan of winter anyway. I tolerated it, but as I got older, I was like, yeah, no. I would like to relocate to southern Indiana for the growing season. Yeah, that's part of what you got to look at is the growing season and stuff like that. I was laughing actually. I was looking the other day. You might not be able to tell on here, but I've already actually got color because I was, I've been outside working on stuff, and I've been getting some pretty decent sun. So I'm like, there we go, getting the tan back. So like I said, by the end of summer, from the waist up, I will look like I'm Puerto Rican. From the waist down, because I always wear pants, I don't ever wear shorts. Um, you know, I will be as white as the driven snow. My legs will be super white, but I don't care. But anyway, all right, let's jump into this topic. What do we got? 115 in the chat already. We have 48 thumbs up, which is less than half. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I do appreciate that. Uh, Also, it really does make a huge difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction, thumbs up, comments, better for the channel. So I do appreciate for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, but no, my thing is the reason I really don't wear shorts a lot. I mean, I'm not against shorts, but being outside a lot, I'm always doing something. And so I'm always wearing jeans to protect my legs, So that's why I'm always wearing jeans. So that's just kind of the way that it's been for me. So we're gonna talk about, and this was an interesting one because I dealt with this today, and I thought to myself, my God, we're in trouble. My God, we are in trouble. Okay. What? So the topic is what? How will people react when the lights go out? Okay. And where I was at today, earlier today, they had a power outage. Lights just went bloop, gone, no power, right? And I left shortly thereafter, so I have no idea when the power came back on there or not. Um, One young lady started to scream, and somebody's like, "Knock that crap off!" And they're like, "What are you screaming for?" And she was like, "I'm afraid of the dark." Okay, afraid of the dark, and you just I look at that, and because I was like, "Oh, okay, there we go, power's out, no big deal." You know what I mean? You just deal with it. But I've always liked the dark though, so I mean, I see really really well in the dark, always have. So I just never really the dark never bothered me. But got that situation got me to thinking. Okay, and what will people do? How will they react when the lights go out? And let's say again, it will be beyond belief. Icy greed spoils the society in public. It is, yeah, multiply the screen by a million. Well, the thing is, what is unfortunate and I talk preparedness. You guys know I've been talking preparedness for years. Okay, I mean for years I've been talking preparedness. And again, I always try to reiterate the importance of preparedness, not because we're preparing for the end of the world as we know it. We're preparing for whatever may happen because like I said, natural disasters are going to continue to happen. They're not going to stop. They're going to happen year after year after year. But yet somehow, okay, somehow 93% of the people in this country are unprepared for a 2 week disaster or longer. And that boggles my mind. I mean, that boggles my mind. And it's just, they just don't care. They just, they think, oh, I'll wait. And see, there's the thing right there. Okay. A true SHTF situation happens. So like, actually, when that power went out, the first thing I did, honestly, I checked my phone. Is my phone still working? And my phone was still working. So I said, okay, it's not an EMP, right? That's my first thought. I mean, I'm automatically go to the prepping mindset. What is this situation? Is it a temporary situation? Is it a longer term situation? What's going on? And that's how I deal with those type of situations. I don't worry about those things that I can't control, but I know what I'm going to do whenever the time comes. And a lot of people don't have that mindset. They don't have that game plan. And so I was thinking about, were you in a big grocery store? No, I was someplace else. But Ed, people here with these storms, first thing they are trying to see who has power or a generator. Of course, that's exactly what always Delbert. So, but I've seen full-grown adults during breakfast at a homeless stampede an employee over blueberry donuts when the lights protected your donuts. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. It's just the mindset. Um, the mindset of people is just beyond belief. Because so here's my take. What happens in a true SHTF situation, and that's why I try to explain. We do have a window of opportunity. And back in the day, and when I say back in the day, 30 years ago, in that range, I remember them saying that if something happens, you have a 72-hour window to get to where you want to be. That's what they always talked about. You got 3 days. Within 3 days, it'll be absolute chaos and anarchy, which I still agree that that will be the case by day three. But what will happen? Um, that number has changed dramatically. Now it's down to 51%. What do you mean, JJ? I said 93% of people are not ready. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. But what most people are going to do when the lights go out, and let's say it's a true SHTF event, okay? Most people are going to, and I say most, majority, I'm going to say 80 plus percent, okay, are going to sit home and they're going to wait. That's what they're going to do at first. They're going to sit home and wait because, well, the power's always come back on. It'll be on. They'll get it back on. So they're going to wait. So those of us that are of the preparedness mindset, that is our window of opportunity to get to where we need to be. At the first sign that, holy crap, this is one of those events that we've talked about, that we've prepared for, whatever the case may be, I don't care. Like I used to tell Heather, I said, if I message you and I say to you, get here now, I said, I don't care if you're at work. I said, you leave work, you go home, you pack your car, and you get on the road. Because that opportunity to get to where you need to be, and with that, I've always said to her, like with her car, she gets really good gas mileage with her car. I said, you grab a couple of gas cans, that's part of what you're putting in your car, because that way you full tank of gas, so you top off your gas with whatever gas you have at home. So you fill your tank, then you take 2 extra cans, and then you pack up whatever you can pack up, and then you get your butt down here, because there's going to be that very small window of opportunity. I honestly believe that you better be where you want to be with inside of 36 hours, not 72. Because after people realize, I mean, because you look at right now, what happens when there's a power outage, right? Well, the criminals go, oh, no cameras are working, no alarms are working. And if you're in those, when you're in cities and stuff like that, they're going to be out looting. That's what they're going to do, because that's what they do best. Any kind of disaster, any kind of opportunity to loot, that's what they're going to do. Okay. That's going to be number one. That's their mindset. We're going to see what we can steal and what we can take. And they're not looking. See, this is the worst part with those type of people in that mindset. They're going to be stealing TVs and all that type of stuff that isn't going to work anyway, anyhow. But they don't realize that because they're not thinking clearly. They're just thinking of the opportunity. They're going to go and steal the sneakers and whatever they want to grab. That's what they're going to do. They're going to break into pharmacies and all that type of stuff. Hey, Gail, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. But you know so that's what the majority of people are going to sit tight. They're going to wait. They're going to say, all right, we'll see what happens. By day 2, right, then it's going to get really worrisome for a lot of people. Hey, Malachi's Corner, welcome. uh, so it's going to get really worrisome by day 2 for most people, because they're going to be like, holy crap, the power's still out. But we've all at some point or another have dealt with power outages. But if you're not getting updates with the news, if the TVs are out as well, if you're not getting updates, and the thing is, your phone is going to be probably still working, depending on what the event would be. Okay, your phones might still be working, so you're probably going to get communication pretty quickly. No, this is not just in your area. This is here, 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 and here. You get that, you get that information, you better be gone. You better be gone, because, like I said, that window of opportunity to get to where you want to go is going to be very, very short. And past 3 days, it's going to be near impossible, because what'll happen is a lot of these, and I think a lot of people don't think about this, but a lot of these small towns, they're going to circle the fences, because everybody knows each other in those small towns. And they're going to be like, okay, this is a bad situation. We're keeping all these strangers, all these, people that would be coming through, keeping them out. So they're going to block roads off. They're not going to let people travel through. And so like I said, you want to get to where you want to be as quickly as possible. Tony says, Ed, what concerns me is that most about everything is the fact that we have been lied to for thousands of years or longer. Oh, of course, Tony. It's at the end of the day, realistically, it's always about power, control, and money. And money only has value, like the dollar, right?